Welcome to Before and After.
This before and after is a special challenge to my good friend, our good friend, Miles Reed Lobato,
Who
co-host.
I can only assume threatened you at phaser point.
Absolutely. Uh, yeah, Miles, the co-host of the excellent Casual Trek podcast that just got started. If
Yeah,
you,
definitely phaser point.
yeah, if you need a good Star Trek podcast, check it out. It's 2 episodes in. You're getting it at the ground floor. It's really fun.
Charming. Anyway, uh, The Terminator.
The Terminator. Okay, people.
1984 and watching it on Amazon Prime and boy, the banner image they have up when you click the hey, let's look at this movie. Oh boy, her hair.
So by the way, yes, audience, I've never seen this movie. Uh, why this happened, I need to. So my good friend Miles, who, ironically enough, lent me a DVD copy of the movie.
To
Um,
be fair, it was hard to find which streaming service it was on.
my good friend Miles called me up on the last day of work at his old job, and I mentioned to him that I had never seen Terminator or Terminator 2: Judgment Day. To which Miles was like, "What do you mean you haven't seen Terminator?" And was screaming at me in his British accent from the back room of a chain coffee shop. Um, then he was even more disappointed in me to find out that I have seen two Terminator movies, and those films are Terminator 3: The Rise of the Machines and Terminator Salvation.
The only Terminator movie I saw was RoboCop.
Okay, so we're going in pretty blind.
Wait, no, the only Terminator movie I've seen was Dirty Pair. Like the actual only Terminator movie I've seen was Dirty Pair.
Yeah, for
Was it Project Eden?
and it no, it's the first episode of
Oh,
the
it's
OVA. Yeah,
first episode of the OVA. That's the only true experience with the Terminator that I have is through Dirty Pair.
check out. Incidentally, check out the Dirty Pair OVA. The first episode features Kay and Yuri chasing down a Terminator robot during Halloween,
So
and if
if
that sounds fun, check that out.
honestly, if this doesn't go bubblegum crisis, I don't know. But all I know about this movie is that he can't defend himself, according to random guy at a secondhand toy shop in Janesville.
Mm-hmm. That was a shout out that only shameless otaku will understand.
Yep.
Oh well. I'm excited because I've heard this is obviously a legendary movie. It's considered one of the greatest action movies ever made. Again, I've never seen it. I know Come With Me If You Want to Live. So
Uh, I know Sarah Connor.
I
Is that
know.
her name?
Yeah, that's her name. It's Sarah
Woo!
Connor.
She needs to get a hair straightener.
Oh God, her the that beautiful '80s hair. I'm here for it. And I know this is like the movie that really put Arnold on the map. Um, I believe he's the titular Terminator.
Maybe.
So we're gonna check out Terminator, the classic sci-fi movie.
From 1984.
Um, I've been we're continuing our way. COVID threw us off. I knew we should have gotten back to it, but we watched Alien recently. Now we're doing Terminator. So let's after the break, you will hear our thoughts on the Terminator.
Welcome to Side B.
We have watched the Terminator.
And we have differing opinions on
We
it.
have very differing opinions. Okay. Okay, so I really enjoyed it.
I thought it was incredibly boring.
Okay. Dang. Okay. Um,
Honestly, as soon as I saw the iguana, I'm like, I have a favorite character, and he's not going to be in this film, is he?
yeah, Sarah Connor's iguana,
We kind of went downhill from Pugsley.
named after the son from Adam's Family, no less. Very good name for an
And
iguana.
and now I have a drawing of pugs of an iguana wearing a jetpack with guns and goggles.
Rena was hoping the iguana would get a jetpack and fight the Terminator.
And I call what did I call him? I called him the laser guana.
I
So the film in my head was way more interesting than what was going on screen.
I really liked the movie. I thought I really liked the shot. Like
There
the
were like 10 interesting minutes. It was real cool to get a cameo from Pris in terms of the band.
Yeah, the dive bar that she hides at,
Tech Noir.
Tech Noir. You could definitely imagine Priss and the Replicants playing there.
Mm-hmm.
I've never talked about Bubblegum Crisis on the channel proper. I should really fix that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I liked how many tracking shots there were. I liked the editing between scenes. I thought the idea of this cyborg that you just couldn't stop. I thought that was really harrowing, and I really found it very exciting. Um, I really enjoyed it.
You're allowed.
Yeah, it was definitely my cup of tea. Um, it was very 80s. It was like one of the most 80s movies that ever did 80s. Are you okay?
I'm just doing that, that lizard blink one eye then the other, and then licking my eyeball if I could.
You have not, Reina has not licked her eyeball. That is not a thing
I
that
said
Reina
if I
can do.
could.
Okay, good, good. You were gonna get some weird fan art if had you.
I
It's okay if you didn't dig it.
yeah, I didn't.
That's fine.
I didn't.
I really got into it. I liked it a lot.
I prefer a lot of the contemporary pieces more than this by a lot.
What do you mean by contemporary pieces?
I mean, talking about Mad Max 2, talking about
Okay.
um literally RoboCop, any of the other films in this genre from this time, this is the most boring of them.
So of the hyper violent 80s movies that we tend to enjoy, this one just didn't do it for you.
No.
That's fine. I on the other hand, I mean, less probably the less interesting opinion, but the one most people are going to say I really enjoyed the editing. I thought it was a really well-paced and exciting movie. I like that retro sci-fi. I really loved that ending. Um the
Like I said, there were like 10 to 20 good minutes in this film. So that's like a fourth of it, maybe.
I really liked no one talks about this that like the robot when Arnold gets crushed into the robot skeleton, that it's a stop motion like
I knew
robot.
it was a stop motion
Well,
robot.
I guess I was disappointed no one talks about that because I will take the stop motion robot over like CG robots any
Yeah,
day.
that is
Literally
true.
any day.
That is true.
I love me a good stop motion robot. Um I really liked I know I said it while we were watching it, but I really think Arnold Schwarzenegger was the right I mean, again, really obvious thing
Yeah.
to say, but casting him as an unkillable robot was inspired casting.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's very
The
good in the role.
the him not knowing English very well really did work in his favor. Yes.
I also thought it was kind
No one told me about the bum punk cowboy look.
of
No one told me about that. No one told me about the iguana. And honestly, I'd rather see a death fight between those two.
um in terms of casting, I also really dug the idea of the actor who played Kyle Reese being more of a regular sized person versus Arnold, a literal mountain. Like,
Yeah, yeah, Reese slash Kyle, Kyle Reese, whatever his name is. Uh, was definitely one of those people who you could just, you know, go to a rally and pick him out of a crowd.
Remember when movies had unattractive people in them?
Yeah, like Sarah Connor.
Yeah, I mean, I thought yeah, she was just kind of relatively normal looking. I don't know. I'm kind of here.
There was no one attractive in this film except the lizard.
I thought Arnold was attractive, but maybe
I'm just not into Super Saiyan 3.
that's fair. I so yeah, I really liked it. You know what I really did? What else I really liked? This is something that you pointed out that I actually think you'll be on the same page with me on.
Hmm.
I really liked that they just so offhandedly showed Kyle Reese's PTSD.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was
that
really well
is
done.
fantastic. They did the PTSD fantastically.
Yeah,
They
they
did so
nailed
much
it.
Chekhov's gun in this where I was pointing it out and you're like, "Oh my god."
No, they did a really good job though.
No,
Yeah.
I'm saying like it was a whole bunch of stuff that you wouldn't have guessed.
Yeah. I think
Like the
I'm
roll cage.
I'm sorry you didn't enjoy it, but I don't know. Would you at least agree that it was a well-made movie even if it wasn't your cup of tea?
It I guess.
Okay. I found it really engaging. I don't know. Well, I really enjoyed it.
I don't really yeah. This is why you were forced at phaser point.
This is why I was forced at Phaser Point. It's all right. Yeah, it's again, it's funny because normally you and I are really into these ultra-violent '80s movies. RoboCop is.
Hold me down with the mechleth already. We own a mechleth.
We do own a mechleth. I can, like, Miles. In the name of my honor, I do have a mechleth. It will, if I must, I will.
All right.
I can't think of like a King Arthur themed episode of
Like
Star Trek, let alone three of them to make you guys watch, but I'll get back at you.
on like a 5-star rating system,
Uh-huh.
I'd give it a solid 2.
Okay. Yeah, I'd give it a solid 4.5. I don't think it was perfect. The things it did well, I really liked though. So I really enjoyed it.
And you're allowed.
And you're allowed to not enjoy it.
Yep.
That's half of why it's so much fun is that we can discuss movies like that.
Yeah.
So, Terminator. Yeah, I thought it lived up to the reputation. Might not be everyone's cup of tea. I really enjoyed it, though.
I don't know. See you guys. Keep on spocking.
In the free world.
Da da da.